Great to have you on the show today. I've already introduced people to you a little bit, so in the pre-show notes, but let's just jump right into some really good content because I've been looking forward to this interview for a very long time. I heard you present recently at a different conference than you presented at mine. Thank you very much. You did such a great job. And we're going to be talking about books today, which might seem like a boring niche market. That's where Amazon started, is selling as a book selling website. And now it's so much more. But some really smart guys like you have figured out that books are actually something that maybe all of us should be including if we're selling on Amazon, right? So I want to talk about that today. And I also want to talk about the lifestyle that you've developed. And you're primarily a book selling guy on Amazon. That's mostly what you do, right? And you've automated it. You've got a great lifestyle. You're a stay-home dad. You got the kids right there with you, a man after my own heart. So I just wanted to spend some time talking through today the business model that you've built, the lifestyle that you've built, and what's possible, and how none of this is really complicated at all. And then maybe we'll mention the course that we put together as well towards the end of the call, talk a little bit about that. But that's kind of the agenda for today. So welcome, Bryan. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored to be here, to be interviewed by you today.
Yeah, this is fun. It's Bryan Young. I haven't mentioned your last name yet, although, just so you know, I typically talk about our guests a little bit in the pre-show as well. So there'll be a good bit of the bio there. But let's jump into the lifestyle that you've built, if you don't mind hitting that right off the bat. That's the part of this that's one of the biggest benefits. I was just telling someone yesterday that if you give me my cell phone, you spin a globe, okay, and you throw a dart at the globe and it hits a country anywhere in the world, and I've got my cell phone and I've got internet and I can take my family with me. Obviously, we travel as a clan, family of 7. You've got a big family as well, if I remember right. And
Yep.
and we land anywhere. I'm fine. My business continues, and you've built that as well. The multiple income streams continue. So talk to me a little bit about your business and what that feels like, maybe where you used to be and what it looks like now. Let's talk about that transition a little bit. Let's make it real for some people.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think the straightforward nature, the simplicity that's built into sourcing and selling used books, and the profitability of used books really lends itself really well to be a business to automate and outsource. And maybe we'll get into some more of the details. I'll give you kind of the bird's eye view. My wife and I were selling books online, and we decided we'd like to move into retail arbitrage, so going to retail stores and buying stuff off the clearance shelf and selling that online. And the reason why that was more appealing to us than books is because it's a little less labor intensive. You're buying 10 to 25 of a particular product instead of, one here, one there. But right away, right after we kind of left the book department, we were like, there was a lot of really good money in books. The labor was there. We were spending 40 hours a week doing books, but the profit was amazing. And so what we did is maybe what we can do is we can hire somebody to come and source the books for us, to go and buy them at the stores. And then we can just pay them like $1 per book. And that worked out really well. In fact, the guy that we hired was my brother-in-law, and he just crushed it. After the first couple of weeks, he was better sourcing books than I had ever been before.
That's great. So help me, let me just ask a newbie question here. And this is just, I'm curious too. You said you and your wife, you were working together 40 hours a week, doing just books there for a while. Just that model alone, you and one person that you love and trust working together, sourcing books, getting a little creative, like the stuff you talk about in the provenbooksourcing.com course. Okay, let's say they understand the basics. What kind of money is potentially there?
Yeah, I think the potential is there to legitimately make, I would say, $75,000 to $100,000 in profit per year. And that's 2 people working full time on the business, sourcing, prepping, and shipping the books in, finding good deals. So the potential's there to do it, even, on your own.
And this is it just floors me that there's people out there that are thinking, oh, if only I could find a $20 an hour job or $25 or $30 an hour union gig or a government job, $30, $40 an hour, or I got to go to school for 4 to 6 years and hopefully have a job where I can make 60 to 80,000. No, we're talking about you and your wife, and this isn't rocket science. This is pretty straightforward stuff. Using a free app or an app that costs you a few dollars a month and just going out and finding books that are worth a whole lot more than what people are selling them for. And they're everywhere. Books are everywhere. So I love getting that real number from you. You guys could do $75,000 to $100,000 in the bank, right? After expenses.
Yeah, exactly. And I know people